Alright, welcome back to the show. Now, usually this space is reserved for either Japan or the NWA, or possibly both. However, there is no Japan or NWA news to cover this week, so I'm going to get into something very special to me, and that is the upcoming voting, the upcoming release of the ballots for this year's Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show Hall of Fame. Now, if you have not had a chance to sign up yet, this is it. This is the 11th hour. The last day to sign up is March the 1st. If you do not sign up, well, you'll miss your chance this year. Once you're signed up, you're in for a long time. Now, this year, the balloting is a bit different. Because this year, all the male wrestlers, all the candidates, have been divided by their country or continent that they wrestled in. So, you will have the United States, obviously. You will also have, as soon as I can turn the page, Asia and Oceania, which is, Australia and, the small islands, for those who are wondering. Mexico, Europe, and Canada. Very good list, I think, there. Plus, you got your female wrestlers, your tag teams, and your non-wrestling personalities, managers, promoters, announcers, so on and so forth. Now then, here's how you will vote. In the U.S., when you see this ballot, I will send you the attachment. You must pick 4 wrestlers from the U.S., 2 from the Asia Oceania category, 1 from Mexico, 1 from Europe, 1 from Canada, 1 from the female wrestlers, 1 from the tag team, and 1 from the non-wrestling personalities. So that is all you have to do. Now, if you're watching, or if you're not, the final day to send in your votes will be April the 1st. April Fool's Day. That's no joke. So you have a little bit over a month to make your decisions. And I'm telling you, I'm real excited about this year. This is the biggest year to date of the Hall of Fame voting. A lot of new people have signed up, so it's going to be a lot of votes. Who knows? There may be some surprises. Last year, our first Japanese wrestler, Jushin Thunder Liger, was inducted into our Hall of Fame. This year, the first Mexican wrestler will be inducted into the Wrestling Man Wrestling Show Hall of Fame. Who will it be? It's up to you, the fans. Now, last year, we had some wrestlers come within 1 or 2 votes shy again. There really is no max. So the top vote getters in each, category will be in this year. So just remember that. The ones who came within a vote last year getting in include Triple H, The Undertaker, and Ted DiBiase. Now right there, those are big favorites to get in. But you also have a lot of guys who got 3 votes last year that fell short of getting in. Dynamite Kid, Bruno Sammartino, Roddy Piper, Kenta Kobashi, Tiger Mask, Mick Foley, Randy Savage, all got 3 votes. Now what's interesting about that is Dynamite and Bruno are in the Europe category. So those two, of all the European wrestlers, will probably get the most votes out of everybody. Now as far as Japan goes, that's a toss-up. That one could come down to Kobashi or Tiger Mask. But you also got Misawa, who's on the ballot again. You got Inoki, who's on the ballot again. You got Muto. You got Giant Baba. You got a lot of guys that are on this ballot that have a legitimate chance to get in now under this new system, where if we had kept the same system from the first 2 years, they really might not have gotten an equal chance to get in. Now, who do I think are the favorites? Well, let's start in the U.S. Triple H, Teddy DiBiase, and The Undertaker, like I said, fell one vote short of getting in last year. Those three have to be the favorites, in my opinion, of getting in this year. But look at some of the other guys. Kurt Hennig, he came 2 votes short of getting in last year. He was, one of the backsetters. Mick Foley, Randy Savage, those guys fell pretty close as well. I think, this is going to be very close. I mean, you got both Funk brothers, Dory Jr. and Terry, that are in it. You got Ricky Steamboat. And something that has yet to happen with our Hall of Fame. We have yet to have a year where at least one member of our Hall of Fame gets inducted the same year into the WWE Hall of Fame. So that's very, very interesting right there. Now, as far as the Oceania category, like I said, that one could come down to Kobashi or Tiger Mask. But you also got Jimmy Snuka, who has a strong case. You got the Iron Sheik in there as well, so you can't rule out the Sheik either. Baba, Masawa, Muto. It's a very interesting list. Mexico. Who was the top vote? Mil Mascaras was the top vote getter of all Mexican wrestlers last year. And I know you're saying, well, isn't Eddie Mexican? No, he was born in El Paso, so he's an American. Mil Mascaras is probably the favorite in that group. But let's not forget, El Santo's on this. Blue Demon's on this. Gory Guerrero, Tito Santana. That's a very interesting group of people there. In Europe, like I said, this one could come down to San Martino and the Dynamite Kid. But, let's not forget George Hackenschmidt, the very first heavyweight wrestling champion of the world, is on here. Edward Carpentier is on here. Nikita Koloff is on this. Davey Boy Smith. Antonino Argentina Rocca is on this list as well. This is a very interesting list. Canada, I don't think this is going to be sympathy votes, but I think Killer Kowalski's got a chance to get in this year. Owen Hart, always going to have a strong case. Kaniski, Piper. Some of you might be surprised to see Abdullah the Butcher on this list in Canada, but he is Canadian, so he's got a shot. Female wrestlers, Sherry Martel, of all the people that were the runner-ups, she had the most last year, but Fabulous Moolah just ran away with that last year. So Martel might be the favorite, but you also got the Japanese women, Aja Kong, Bull Nakano, Manami Toyota, and how about the first female wrestling star, Mildred Burke? She's also got a shot. How about Mae Young? Don't forget Mae Young. The tag team division, that one I think is the most wide open. Any one of these teams could get in, really. And non-wrestling personalities, I don't know. That one's going to be another close one. But, like I said, this is my favorite time of the entire year. The voting, the different arguments, that are going to come up before and after the announcements of the Hall of Famers. It's going to be fantastic. If you have not signed up, you have until this Sunday to sign up. All you got to do is send me your email address. You're in. Well, that's going to do it for this week. WWE, Ring of Honor, the Indies, maybe Japan, maybe the NWA next week. Who really knows what's going on? The road to WrestleMania 25 definitely does continue. That's going to do it this week. Until next time, this is Billy Yankovic saying so long from the Old Line State.